lovelies, Momo Karinyo here with another contact lens review. In this review, I'm going to go over the Polar Lights in blue. I'm going to be using my updated system of reviewing, which is going over different aesthetic aspects of it, and at the end, I'll let you know whether I recommend them or not, or for what occasions that I recommend them. And don't forget, this is my all-new YouTube channel, which I just started in September of 2021. So be sure to like and subscribe all my videos here. If you're adding them to playlists, you'll want to save them here because all the videos on my other channel are going private at the end of 2021. Oh, also, I wanted to show off my super adorable ears that I got commissioned custom. They are Lucky Star inspired, specifically inspired by Tsukasa. So they have all these cute little stars all over them. I designed them myself. And then Kimono Babies, this name here is the one that made them. And I am so thankful that I got a slot with them because these ears are so cute. Also, thank you to Lankaini, I think that's how you say the name, for the sponsored wig. So here's the name, in case I totally butchered that. Find them on Amazon. As for the Polar Lights contacts themselves, they are not sponsored. I bought them on my own about a year ago, and I just wanted to do this review for you so that you know, especially if you have dark eyes, how they will look. Since these lenses were not sponsored, I don't have any coupon code for you this time. Sorry. So let's go ahead and get the review started. I'm going to go over the general information and specifications on these lenses first. The name of the style is Polar Lights, and they are in the color blue. The ones that I got do come in prescription, so that's awesome because I do need corrective vision. The expiry or lifetime of the lenses is expected to be 12 months or 1 year. Obviously, you just want to be able to take care of them for that long. The diameter of these lenses is 14 millimeters, which is pretty typical of most lenses in this style. So that's pretty much it for general information. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the aesthetic rankings. And remember, the rankings are not ratings, so there is no like good bad. It's just everything is on a scale of like bigger, smaller, brighter, duller. At the end, when I go over my personal impressions, that's when I'll actually give a little bit more of a personal rating. The first aspect we're going to go over for aesthetics is color vibrance. Basically, how bright is the color and how does it appear on dark eyes. So I have super dark brown eyes, and finding blue contact lenses has always been a struggle for me. But the Polar Lights in blue have this beautiful icy light vibrant color that still appear fairly natural. So I do have some blue lenses that are like very vibrant and some that are like a little more dull, almost grayish. So for color vibrance, I would rate it a 4, which is bold. So it's not super bright and colorful, but it's definitely noticeable from a distance. And the limbal ring does read a little more subtle, so I rated that a 2 also. And by that, I just mean like the color kind of fades out into a very natural effect, which brings me to my third aesthetic ranking, which is the effect. And I rated this one a 1, which is natural. And again, 1 doesn't mean anything bad. It's just on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being super unnatural, crazy looking lenses. People will actually be convinced that these might actually be your real eyes. And that is assisted by the next aspect, which is enlargement. For the enlargement, I rated that a 2. So that's minimal enlargement. It's not going to make your eyes look super dolly and unnatural, but it does add a little bit of some like romantic aspect to the eye, being just like a very slight touch. And for depth or coverage, as in how far in towards the pupil does it go, I rated that number 2, being medium. So you can, in some lighting, still see a little bit of your natural eye color next to the pupil. So if you get really close to my eyes, you might see like a tiny bit of brown, but that's not a big deal. I still think that they're amazing for everyday wear. That doesn't affect my opinion in a bad way. Again, it's just some of the lenses do cut a little bit closer into the pupil, but that can affect vision. So that brings me to my last aesthetic ranking, is how is the vision in these? So thankfully these lenses are prescription and I'm able to see as well as my everyday clear contact lenses, so that is great. And because they don't go too close into the pupil, that means there's no like fog where I can see the color around the inside edges. Any type of lighting, any type of day, I'm able to see just fine in these lenses, making them great for everyday fashion use. And with the aesthetic rankings wrapped up, I'm going to move on to personal impressions, which will summarize the review. For comfort, I give them a 5 out of 5. This one is an actual rating, so 1 would be uncomfortable and 5 being quite comfortable. I definitely wouldn't sleep in them or anything like that, but I hardly notice they're there. They're very comfortable, they're very easy to wear. Just make sure that you rehydrate your eyes every so often, especially if you live in a dry environment such as I, who lives in the desert. For my recommended occasions or things that you might use these lenses for, honestly, you could use them for anything. You can use them for daily wear, for fashion, for makeup, for cosplay. They're good for everything. Like I said before, they're very natural in appearance, so they're not going to be very shocking if you're wearing them like to the bank or the grocery store. Nobody's going to be like, oh my gosh, it's a possessed demon. Yeah, I've worn some contact lenses in the past that do have a more like demon-ish look, and it's not as flattering, but these I think will look good on most eyes. And the last section on my personal impressions is would I recommend these lenses to others? And it's a resounding yes. I really love these lenses and I definitely plan to buy them again because of how natural they look, and they don't look super freaky when I'm wearing them out in public. So in review, the Polar Lights blue contact lenses are amazing lenses, especially if you have dark eyes. Unfortunately, I can't rate them for other eye colors, but for people with dark brown or almost black eyes, these are definitely going to show up on you. Like, they're understated enough to look very natural, but still bold enough that you will see it in photos. It's like the perfect balance of different, but it's not going to look super freaky. And again, these are not sponsored, so I don't have any coupon code for you this time. Apologies, but you can get them on various contact websites. And once again, this is my all new YouTube channel, so if you're not already subscribed, be sure to do that because the other channel is going private by the end of the year. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Again, this is Momo Karinyo, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.